The story continues, as we find Sid taking a break in an inn located in the Oriana Kingdom. The innkeeper serves him tea and laments that due to the ongoing war, the soldiers have confiscated all the valuable items, including coffee. She expresses sorrow over the deteriorating state of their once beautiful main streets, blaming the war effort for the devastation. Sid reflects on his journey, realizing that leaving the Midgar Kingdom allowed him to explore different places and, in turn, reevaluate his goals. Initially, Sid embarked on a journey of self-discovery, aspiring to become the Eminence in shadow. However, he admits to lacking a clear vision of what that truly means. His actions thus far were driven by a desire to embody the elusive concept of the Eminence in shadow, without a definite understanding of the path he should follow. Sid contemplates whether he should continue in the same direction or reassess his objectives. Amidst these musings, Sid is accompanied by two individuals, numbered 664 and 665, sharing a meal. Rose, another character, is also present at the inn. She experiences a distressing nightmare involving the death of her father, who expresses unforgiveness towards her. Waking up from the nightmare, Rose reflects on the devastation caused by the war, even in the previously beautiful first castle town. Joining Shadow Garden, Rose believed she could make a difference and save her kingdom by becoming stronger. The following day, 664 and 665 discussed their upcoming mission, led by 559, a formidable fighter within their group. 664 recalls that 559 earned the right to challenge the numbers by defeating number 89. Concerned about Rose, 664 asks if something is bothering her, offering to talk about it. Rose dismisses the inquiry, and later that night, they meet with 559 to discuss the mission details. 559 briefs them on the mission, revealing that a stronghold recently fell to Perv's faction. The targeted location is a relatively insignificant castle town with little strategic importance. The cult has discreetly sent their elite force, the Children of Diablo, on a mission to a particular location. This suggests that there's something significant there, and their objective is to uncover its nature. In the group, 559 questions Rose about her selection for this mission. Rose explains that it's because of her familiarity with Fort First, but 559 clarifies that there's another reason. 559 personally requested Rose for the mission because she received her powers directly from Lord Shadow. Rose wonders if this is different for 664 and 665, who came under the guidance of the Seven Shadows. 665 confirms that, in Shadow Garden, it's true for almost everyone except the Seven Shadows. 559 adds that she, along with 664 and 665, is an exception, but she deems Rose as weak. Declaring loyalty to Lord Shadow, 559 asserts her commitment to eliminating anyone unworthy of his greatness. Observing the Children of Diablos moving towards some ruins, 559 inquires about the direction. Rose reveals that the path leads to a memorial for warriors who fought against the demon Diablos. The scene shifts to the ruins, where 664 identifies Quadoy the Gale as a potential cult leader. Quadoy, accompanied by the first children, uses a card similar to Nelson's to activate the ruins. The Queen arrives and opens a vault with a ring inside, claimed to be the legendary ring protected by hero Freya. Despite 664's reminder that this was supposed to be a reconnaissance mission, 559 insists that the ring is the key, and they must retrieve it. 664 is left wondering about the significance, but 559 dismisses the need for details. Rose, concerned for her mother in the vault, insists on waiting, but 559 disregards it and attempts to attack the Queen. Rose intervenes, questioning 559's motive for attacking her mother. Quadoy expresses surprise that Shadow Garden found them, commenting on the strained relationship. He notes the presence of the missing Princess Rose and requests her to save her mother. 559 retaliates by attacking Rose, prompting the first children to protect her and the Queen. 559 asserts that Rose isn't worthy of serving Lord Shadow, declaring that both Rose and her mother will meet their end by her hand. Afterward, Gamma receives news that the team sent to Fort First is in battle, and Rose witnessed her mother with the cult. Pervasat and the Knight Beyond Man, Mordred, are absent, raising suspicions of a possible trap. New assures Gamma that the situation is too elaborate for a trap. Despite constant interference with ruin robbery, Mordred, the shadowy figure controlling the Oriana Kingdom, has yet to reveal himself. Gamma acknowledges Mordred's patience in orchestrating events from the shadows. Gamma learns from a newspaper that Rose has returned to Oriana Kingdom, and Pervasat appears restless. With Pervasat dealing with civil unrest, security around the Oriana capital has lightened. Gamma instructs Nui to tell Lambda to send reinforcements into the capital. She decides to let the cult have Princess Rose for now, increasing the likelihood of Pervasat and Mordred making a move. Gamma reflects on how everything started when Rose joined them and the cult, wondering about the vision of their lord for the endgame. Meanwhile, Sid contemplates the conflict in the Oriana Kingdom, where there's no clear heir to the throne. He sees an opportunity for an Eminence and Shadow to step in and look cool amidst the factional disputes. Upon learning of Rose's return to Oriana, Sid envisions a scenario where a mysterious figure guides her to victory and quells the strife, making her a perfect candidate for a new ruler. Intrigued by Rose's actions, Sid wonders if she aspires to become queen and potentially a tyrant. He decides that, as the Eminence and Shadow, he will support her in becoming the next monarch. Sid envisions Rose standing as a tyrant before the heroes, with the Eminence and Shadow eventually aiding the heroes against the tyrant they once supported. Sid sees an opportunity when militia men come to collect money from an inn owned by Marie. The inn owner, having given them money the day before, protests, but the men suggest she satisfy them with her body instead. Sid, pretending to be weak, intervenes but ends up getting beaten by the men, who leave with the money. Marie, revealing she used to be a prostitute in the lawless city, and is familiar with such violence, assures Sid it's fine. Later, Sid attempts to pay Marie for her troubles, but she refuses, grateful for Sid saving her. As Sid leaves, he reflects on his recent attempts to make Tyrant Rose a reality. He recounts trying life in a correctional facility and orchestrating a jailbreak. Joining the volunteer army, he helped them win from the shadows but felt overshadowed by older members who received the glory. Unsatisfied with his progress, Sid overhears the militia men talking about treasure in ruins on the other side of the mountains. In another place, Marie is worried about not having enough money to cover her expenses. She regrets not asking Sid for help and contemplates the possibility of selling her body again. To her surprise, she hears a sound at her door, and upon investigating, she finds a money pouch. She catches a glimpse of Shadow and realizes he has been watching over her. Meanwhile, 559 is engaged in a fierce battle against the First Children, having defeated everyone except Quadoy. Quadoy is astonished at 559's continuous 3-day fight but notices her weakening. He easily defeats her, planning to torture her and her team members. With Rose now in his possession, Quadoy believes he can surpass Perv and become the next knight of the rounds. Just when things seem dire, Shadow intervenes. He uses his powers to heal and regenerate 559's severed arm. Empowered by Shadow's intervention, 559 defeats Quadoy. Shadow then heals 664 and 665, leaving them puzzled about his unexpected appearance. When Shadow asks about the location of the ruins, 559 informs him that 666 has betrayed Shadowguard. Misunderstanding, Shadow asks for an order to eliminate 666. However, 664 clarifies that Rose was attempting to save her mother. 559 reveals that because of Rose, a key was stolen, leaving Shadow confused. As Shadow learns about Rose's impending marriage to Perv Asshat from a flyer, he becomes angry and vows to punish Rose for her betrayal. He decides to confront Rose. Glad that Lord Shadow supports her, 559 expresses concern for Rose's well-being. On his way to see Rose, Shadow ponders why Rose killed her father if she doesn't intend to become a tyrant. He believes Rose needs to be the next ruler for his Eminence and Shadow plan to succeed. This brings an end to our episode. Click on the next video. Thanks for watching.